Well, interesting. Both of the big guys for this final, there's actually three of them, but two of them, Jimmy Guy and Jacob Peters, both saying that they took it relatively easy in the heats. That's interesting. It really is. It's not that easy always to swim slower when you've been practicing to go so fast. I never found it particularly easy to swim that slow, did you?
No, and I think especially on butterfly, sometimes the slower you go, the harder it can feel. I think you want to kind of get out there, get into that rhythm and just really set the pace for the evening. But nice to see that they both had really relaxed heat swims and they think they can both move it on tonight.
Well, let's hope so. There's Joe Litchfield. His technical stuff, starts and turns, outstanding. Here he is, Jimmy Guy, the British record holder, double Olympic champion. I have to say, he looks very comfortable. Quite a few of these guys really looking forward to the men's 200 metres freestyle final, which is on the Sunday night, the very last event. Here's Jamie Ingram, though, 7th fastest in British history. He's in lane number 3. And then Ed Mildred, he's 4th fastest in British history. So we've got the number 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 10, all in British history. 6 of the top 10 ever, including the top 2. Jimmy Guy's in 6, and Jacob Peters, well, he swam right on that consideration time for the Olympics in the heats. Can't do it in the heats, but he's got to do it here. Would you prefer to do it in the heats or maybe just go a little bit slower and just focus on the final?
Oh, I'm not too sure because it does add that little bit of pressure, you know, doing it in the morning is, I don't know. I think he said in his interview he was fairly relaxed and chilled this morning, so hopefully in his mind he knows he can move it on further and there'll be things to improve on from this morning.
Well, look at these tattoos. He's got some serious tats. Look at that. Gracious me. Wow. Wow. Well, if he goes to Marbella, they're all going to know, aren't they? This, the final, the big final, the Paris final, the men's 100 metres butterfly. The time they're looking for, 51.56. We wouldn't normally get too interested in times, but they've got to go underneath that consideration time. Litchfield there in 2, Peters in 4, Mildred in 5, Guy in 6. Ingram's not slow as well in 3, Gammon in 7, won the 200. Who's going to win?
Oh, I'm going to go Jimmy Guy. He's a performer.
Wow, big call. Very tough to call, I've got to say. Peters, Guy, Mildred.
Take your marks.
Well, on paper, the fastest by quite a way is James Guy. He's done the fastest 4 times in British history, but the 2nd fastest man in British history is the fastest seed. He is the defending champion in lane number 4, Jacob Peters, and Peters in the red hat has started very well in the centre. Yeah,
really strong start from Jacob. He picked up a bronze medal at the World Championships in the 50 fly, so we know his front end's going to be really strong. Interesting to see what we see off this wall. I think you'll see really good underwaters from lane 2, which is Joe Litchfield, coached by David Hemmings.
Well, it's a good first 50, but they're coming back at him and coming back pretty hard here. Mildred in 5 in the black hat is really charging. Jacob Peters still leading in the red hat, but it's getting close. Also going well is Litchfield in 2. This is going to be mighty tight. Also coming back in 7 is Gammon. Oh my goodness me, who's going to get the touch here? Oh, who's got it? Litchfield's got it. 51.7. Wow, 51.7 wins it. Litchfield in lane 2. 2nd in 7 was Josh Gammon. 3rd was Jacob Peters in 4. And the times, well, they're just outside of the qualification standards. That's going to give the selectors a little bit of a headache, I've got to say. Goodness me, I wasn't expecting it to be slower than this morning. Look at the bottom there. And that black hat in 7, Josh Gammon, 2nd. What a swim, 51.8. Woo.
As soon as I saw Joe going down that first 50, I knew he could bring it home really strong. And like I said, such a technical swimmer. So really holding on to that technique down the last 50 and just getting on the wall. He has just missed the qualifying time, but that puts him in a great position for the medley relay.
Well, it really does. And the men's medley relay is very good. They need a fly swimmer. We've got a great backstroker now, Ollie Morgan on that backstroke. We've got a pretty good breaststroker, somebody called Petey. But look at this, who's going to get the fly split? Who's going to get the fly? Goggles all over the place. He's won in lane 2. Litchfield. Wow. Joe Litchfield wins 100 fly. I never expected to say that. 51.7. 11 100s back. Josh Gammon, he won the 200, silver on the 100. 51.8. Jacob Peters third, Mildred fourth, James Guy fifth. That's a massive surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a round of applause for Joe Litchfield, your new British champion? Joe, you know, Jacob took that out really hard in that first 50, but your back end, your final 25 there was so good. Is that something you were focusing on?
Yeah, I mean, this morning we saw that I had the fastest back end in the field, so this morning I had a bit too slow, so I just made sure I got out a bit faster. Yeah. At 50 I saw I was in the race, and I just put my head down and swam as fast as I could, really.
I mean, you did such a good job. You turned 6th, you know, super relaxed in that first half, but you're British champion in, you know, a stacked field. Going into this race, it's sort of like, if you got a lane, you got a chance, and you did it, you're British champion.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I did this event 3 weeks ago in Edinburgh, and then I decided to do it at trials, so I wasn't going to do it until the last minute, so to come out of this British champion's unreal. Yeah,
it's pretty amazing. Look, congratulations, mate. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, your British champion, Joe Litchfield. And Josh, you swam 0.7 faster than you did this morning. I know, you know, after your 200 the other day, you said to me, I'm going to get in with the big boys in the 100 and just see how it goes. And here you are, a silver medalist.
Yeah, well, that was awesome, really. Definitely easier than 200, but still pretty difficult. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with that.
Well, look, congratulations, mate. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Gammon. And Jacob, you know, putting a race like that together, of course, on a stage like this, it's the sport. You go in with expectations or things happen. So why don't you talk me through that race?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to kind of get back to the drawing board and have a chat with my coach and see where exactly everything broke down. But yeah, as you can imagine, a little bit disappointed with that race. But it is what it is, and we've got to move on and see what happens. Yeah.
Look, well done on the bronze medal. I've just had word, ladies and gentlemen, that the medley relay has qualified, and Joe Litchfield is going to Paris. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your British medalists.
Well, still trying to get over that result. Gracious me, lanes 2 and 7, first and second. And inside them, Ingram, Peters, Mildred, Guy. Goodness me. Andy Rubin, Deputy Chair of Pentland Brands, presenting those medals. And of course, Pentland Brands includes Speedo. So, very important chap he is in the world swimming, isn't he?